Hello, good evening. Random bottom of the deck friendship. Welcome to Learn Love Tarot. I'm Angie, and on this channel, I teach many lessons on how to understand your natal birth chart and also how to understand the transiting energies that are currently happening all around us that affect our mind, body, and soul. And also on this channel, my mission, I hope that I am attracting a tribe of people that are on a path to heart healing, hence my channel's name, Learn Love Tarot. And these are the kind of people that my ears are burning right now. Okay. These are the kind of people that are in the place where we're ready to not point a finger outside of ourselves, right? We're really wanting to go, okay, this is something that I need to do. This is like, it's a journey, it's a mission, it's a mission of discovery, right? Pride card just came flying out here. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Guilt, release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Okay. So I'm going to put these down under the North Node card, and I didn't even get to tell you what those are. Environmental energy, that is fitting right along here. And then we've got fear. So imagination, I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. And then fear is I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. And look what's right under that, y'all. Okay, well, I guess that means we're ready to get started. I didn't even get to do my Shamil schmazel yet. What do they even say at the end of that? I use the sounds like Haagen-Dazs Incorporated. I don't know what that is. Okay, guys, while I'm getting my little table all ready here, I am going to attempt, I'm trying to do a quickie read because this week I will be recording a video for MJ's channel, Soulful Revolution. And if you know me or if you're here in the channel through Soulful Revolution, thank you so much for the support. If you are not already a member of Soulful Revolution and you feel like your soul is going through a journey of sorts at this time, I would highly recommend you check that out and become a member because it is wonderful. And I'm not even exaggerating when I say life-changing, because sometimes when fit hits the shan, you need some answers. Okay, so now because things are confusing, maybe I'm just going to stay right here. So bottom of the deck there with the moon. So today's Monday, February 5th, 2024. But whenever you hear this reading, or if the title brought you in to the channel out of curiosity, that is your higher self letting you know that this message was meant for you, and parts of it in the very least. Today we have the Sun and Mercury conjoining. Both in Aquarius, and that is like big picture thinking. We have intellect and psychological understanding of this bigger picture, and we're seeing these puzzle pieces come together, right? There's this deep curiosity. Conversations could be a little intense in that energy, but it's here to help us gain a greater perspective of relationship dynamics, profound discoveries, and there is a possibility about self-discovery that are very profound and change us on a soul level and get us towards that north node of destiny where we're stepping out of our comfort zones. So I'm going to look at this as past energy here. South node, don't let your past hold you back. So I was looking at the astrology of today, and I found it was really interesting that between this on the moon here, we have, or the sun, excuse me, we have it 16 degrees and 40 minutes. Numerology wise, that's 11. And then the degrees of the third quarter moon, we're at 306 degrees, 20 minutes. That is also an 11. So the moon is in Sagittarius at 23 degrees, which is 5, which means change. All day today, like double and triple fours, double and triple fives. So like a change in foundation, that's a stable number, right? A stability number. 5 is all about change. And then what was also interesting, we have both Venus and Mars in the 5th house in Capricorn, which Venus is denoting a woman, how we love and like to be loved. And Mars is the planet of war, right? And action, where we take action. So this Venus and Mars combo here is pretty fascinating. So the Venus is a 1 number, which means a new beginning. Venus is all about how we love and like to be loved. Okay. And in Capricorn, we want stability, right? We want to have things that are consistent. The energy is grounded. And then in Mars, at the 24 degrees, 26 also came out to a 5 of change in the 5th house. So this planet of war, this action could be that there's this profound change, right? Profound because of a profound discovery or whatnot. And we had 2 master builder numbers, numerology wise. So Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, was at 7 degrees, 49. That's a 22 and 2 11s. Okay. And then we also have the north and south nodes at 8 degrees, 58. And that's also 22. Excuse me, 18 degrees, 58, which is also numerology, a 22. Whenever we get an 11, a 22, 33, 44, we do not reduce those numbers to a single digit like we do in other numerology. Lastly, what I also found interesting was that the 2 1s of Venus and Chiron here. Venus, like I said, is in Capricorn, but Chiron was the only other number that dwindled down to 1 in this leadership, this change, this new start energy. So that could definitely be a wound of how we love and like to feel loved, what we're attracted to in that arena, right? So I already shuffled the heck out of these cards, and just because I'm looking at this sun and moon interesting energy here, I want to stay right where we're at and go where we're at and go straight from the top. Let's see, what else was I going to say? Oh, if you don't know, your sun and moon, when those come together, that's our soul. So you can look at your sun as being your head and your moon being your emotions. Okay, so it's where our heart and our head come together. That is your sun moon midpoint. So that would also be in Capricorn with the sun in Aquarius, and the moon in Sagittarius. So very, very interesting. Okay, on the split, Queen of Swords, there's Aquarius right there. Cancerian energy of the moon. And I did say I wasn't going to shuffle anymore, didn't I? That's okay. We're just go with it. We're going to roll with it here. Okay, and my song of the day, Justice, there's our number 11 again, is Mine by Kelly Clarkson. So I got to listen to that whole, okay, there's some resistance here, guys. What's up? These were shuffling just fine earlier. Okay, anyway, Mine by Kelly Clarkson. And I was getting that it's like the song's about she's able to see the forest for the trees. She's no longer allowing herself this disillusion, this lie, this Neptunian dream, right? She's allowing herself to kind of fully walk through the pain of that, which is not easy to do. It's easier said than done, but it is part of our soul's journey, especially if you find that you're in a specific stage or maybe even just starting your spiritual awakening. There are definitely symptoms to that. It can be scary. very profound. Uh, we definitely start off in a why me place there. So we're back on the moon again. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. First card out, I want to see, but I'm going to keep that in my mind's eye there. I'm just going to go ahead and pre-shuffle. There's that Capricorn energy. Anything that comes out, 5 of Cups, yep, heartbreak. We'll just kind of see where we go here with our little theme. All right, that. And 3 of Cups, that can be third-party energy, especially with this heartbreak card. Could be information that has been brought to light. We do have the profound discoveries with this energy here of the conjoining Sun and Mercury, the planet of communication. Okay, before I forget, I'm going to keep going. So I did write down the profound discoveries, like feeling blindsided, that Ace of Swords feeling. In the pre-shuffle, when I had the deck ready for our read today, I was getting 10 of Swords and 4 of Wands. So that could be feeling like backstab or betrayed. That was on the left-hand side on that split, and on the right side was 4 of Wands. That could either be within a committed partnership or letting you know 10 of Swords is the end dead end. That 10 resets to a 1 + 0, which is the Ace of Swords, which is that truth. Okay, so those are all kind of combining there here. And we are in an 8-year. And we have, let's see, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, and Black Moon Lilith were all numerology wise. When you took the placements in the sky, they boiled down to an 8. Oh, look what was hiding underneath that King of Pentacles. All right, let's see what's happening here, hot stuffs. Okay. Well, now, King of Pentacles. This could be reunion energy if I'm looking at the bookends, reuniting with the King of Pentacles, which the kings are the fixed sign. So that'd be fixed earth. That's Taurean energy. And we do have Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, and Uranus, surprise, both in Taurus there. We also have the Wheel of Fortune. That's a 10. Also dials back to that number 1 of new beginnings. And it's like, okay, somebody's ready here to take a new spin on the Wheel of Fate because of this heartbreak. Okay, so 5 Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite deck is about the figure standing down and lamenting and grieving, regretting. Those 3 cups that are spilled in front of him, he's not quite ready to lift his face and see that if he just takes the bridge, his castle's right there. Okay. Not only that, right behind him are the 2 cups that are still upright, that are bigger and better cups with bigger and better love. Okay. And even though when we're in this, right, we can't see the forest for the trees. That's what was one of the channel messages, what, like, if somebody's able to see the forest for the trees now. Now, some of those lyrics that just, they would not leave me all day. And I'm like, I need a different song to sing here. So the lyrics to this Mine by Kelly Clarkson are, and right when you think it's perfect, they cross the line and steal your shine like you did mine. Then the chorus is, go ahead and break my heart, that's fine. I'm just going to lay this out as we're speaking here. Go ahead and break my heart, that's fine. So unkind. Eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. Love is blind. I'm going to put that in the middle here. Why am I missing you tonight? Was it all a lie? Someone's going to show you how a heart can be used like you did mine. And you keep talking, it'll come back, karma. It's the truth. I don't make you look bad. You do, darling. So someone's feeling all up in their power, and I like it. Keep going. Okay, so we're having this little theme across the top here. And this energy definitely could be to do with love. Venus is the wife energy, while Mars is kind of like the male lover energy, okay? Because Jupiter's the father. That's kind of like the nice guy that you marry, and Mars is like the bad boy, the one you should stay away from. Them on our mothers either did or did not warn us about. And there it is, Aquarian energy right up here. Let me just get the, oh, and diagonal here to King of Swords. Wow. Okay. Wow. Cheese and rice, guys. This is pretty heavy. All right, bottom of the deck, we've got, I'm gonna just, I need a bigger table, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just get a look here. You know what? Since it was feeling like able to see the forest for the trees, and feeling like blindsided a bit, right? I want to look at the bottom of the deck. Let me go 1, 2, 3. Let me slide these over. I'm going to do a 9-card spread. I've been thinking about this spread in my head for a while, so why not? All right. So I should have really spaced out my space. Okay. All right. Somebody's walking away from those 10 swords that was in the pre-shuffle. King of Wands here, what you might not see coming here at the bottom of the deck, environmental energy surrounding you now. And there's an evaluation here of, is this juice worth the squeeze? Could be that fear that is talking us out of not taking those steps. Okay, Magician energy. I'll go through the cards as we go. Happy family here at the end. All right, so let's look at this first card here. So this could be you, viewer here. The Nine of Pentacles is representative of the mutable energy of the deck, of the earth signs. So that would be Taurus is the fixed sign. We've got cardinal sign of Capricorn, and that would leave our Virgos here. The last 3 readings I have done for personal people have all been Virgos. And then today I had my Virgo clients in my yoga class. 2 yoga classes today. Please and thank you for my appearance here. So 8 of Cups is a situation. This is walking away from 8 broken cups. See that sunrise there? It's a new dawn. It's a new day. And giving ourselves another chance at spinning the wheel. Okay, especially if that did not work out here with that Capricorn energy, or with this Taurian energy. This is someone who is financially stable. That could be you or them. This could be you stabilizing your own damn financial security. This 5 of Cups right here, blending with the 3 of Cups, it does feel like a betrayal of some sort here, or just, again, like I said, being blindsided. Now, in that whole entire album of Kelly Clarkson's, it's the Chemistry Deluxe. There's one line to another song where she says, oh, well, you said you needed space. Well, you sure get up nice and close to her, don't you? And along that lines, right? Oh, you need space? Well, how come there's not any between y'all? And that's what that looks like here. And so in you, and your energy, and again, that could be you because King of Pentacles is right over it. This is you going, I am independent, I'm strong, I got my own damn pentacles. This is anything that is tangible, time, money, energy, assets, talents, right? Anything of currency that can be exchanged, okay? So we ain't too boo-hooing here, it seems. And in the situation now, again, another 8 here, walking away towards 9 cups, which is wish fulfillment, which is right here. Okay, so in the opportunity here, this is the star card, Aquarian energy, number 17 card, which is also an 8. So we've got 988 coming to the ending of something, right? And by you asserting your independence and seeing that everything that you want, that you need to make sure you have for yourself. Okay. If we want ultimate love from someone, are we ultimately loving ourselves? Okay. So when we do that, it changes your vibrational frequency. 9 and 9, 8 and 8, huh? It shifts your vibrational frequency, and likely that person was never up there with you in the first place. They're going to shift, away from you anyway, because as you shift up, they're probably just going to stay right where they are. If they're not ready to grow yet, that's definitely painful, but that's none of your business. They were there to act as a mirror for you so that you could go, oh, I need to change some things. I need to change the way that I view love, or I need to change the way that I'm letting people off the hook, not protecting my own self, not walking away when I should. The whole reason for this entire spread is the Two of Cups. So this is what we're desiring. And guess what? When you start prioritizing yourself, that's exactly the kind of dang energy that comes in. Now, in the near future, there could be anxiety here. So 5 of Pentacles, we already had the 5 of Cups here up in this pre-shuffle energy, which would be emotional abandonment. That's a lot of pain. It can also be regret of the person who inflicted that pain and brought someone else into the mix. Third party doesn't always have to be a person, but it can be work, it can be family, it can be children. It's just like if you picture a bubble in between you and the other person, it's something. Okay, maybe you're not sure what that bubble is, or you've just found out, or in this energy, this profound discovery is coming to you. And the 5 of Pentacles is physical abandonment, being out, cliche, I know, being left out in the cold. In this depiction, it's really interesting because it does hold a key. Okay, right behind her. When she's done grieving and looks up, she goes, oh, the key was right there. That is the realization that that person was a mirror for us to show us our wounded, unhealed parts of ourselves that needed healing, right? So being able to know that means then we have useful information to work on our shadows with. And when we do that, again, this is a vibration up. It's a vibrational frequency. It's a spiritual enlightenment. Okay. It's a higher level of consciousness that you would not have been able to get to without this deep emotional wound. Okay. And people that do hurtful things to us, it's pretty profound sounding, I know, but our souls agreed to do that so that we could learn a hard lesson that we're meant to learn for our soul's best and highest good and our growth at the end of the day. And that's so hard to remember in that moment, I know, but it's the key. It's the key to your healing. It's the key to putting puzzle pieces together that hadn't quite come together yet. Now, in the bottom left corner, my number 7 card is always my blocks. What would have blocked these 9 of Cups in the recent past that brought you to this 9 of Pentacles? It's like, sweet, I thought everything was great, right? And then she says, eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. So that movie is all about, is there a way to just erase the memories of us being together because this hurts so bleeping much. Okay, I'm getting confirmation there. Now, if I'm looking at the mirror images, the bottom of the deck for me is environmental energy, things that are surrounding you, things you may not see coming. Okay, you are learning this new information from this heartache. It enlists your spiritual awakening. Okay. The Four of Pentacles is more of protecting yourself now. You're going, oh, I get that I need to protect my time, my resources, my energy if I'm not getting back what I'm giving. If someone's not picking up what you're putting down, that's not about you. That's about probably they're very intimidated because at the end of the day, they know they could never match your level. They're not done growing yet. They're not done cooking. In this mirror image, the energy of the recent past was a Knight of Swords. So rushing at something really fast had us go, okay, I need to rethink this whole thing because it turns into a page of going from a knight to a page, right? So that's like aging backwards, but it's giving you this light bulb moment, this aha, this new understanding of, oh, I was over here. And once I walked this precarious, teeny tiny little reed over to the other side after learning some things, everything on that other side is a complete 180 because that's what Pluto does. Okay. It totally spins the wheel in the opposite direction. So wherever Pluto in 0 degrees Aquarius, that's where it is right now. So look for 0 degrees Aquarius in your chart, and that will be the life area, wherever it sits, the pie piece that you could be experiencing this 180 in. Now with Pluto conjunct Mars here coming up, that's a couple years of action taking. So things will definitely be picking up pace. So you were running towards this new knowledge, okay? And it's like it can't come in fast enough. In the center of the read, what is the whole reason for this read? Okay, why am I now holding back? Why am I now protecting my time? Because I put up some boundaries. And even though they may feel pretty flimsy, I have done some learning. And I mean, look at her face. She's like, just try me now. Try me. She's not having it. This can also, depending on the context here, can also mean repeating the same mistakes over and over. Under the Four of Pentacles, it feels like establishing new boundaries, and you just might be new at this. Okay, 9, you are almost to the end of that series in the tarot. You're almost done with that fire energy there. Because when you get to 10, you're there, and then you reset to an ace. But there's these new boundaries, and they may feel unsure, but you're holding them close to your vest here. There's a new beginning, this full energy with her amethyst in hand to take that new leap of faith. There's some sacred geometry there, down there in the pools of where she's jumping into the unknown, carried by spirit. Amethyst was worn by knights under their armor to protect them in battle. The near future energy of this leap of faith means you walking away from those 10 swords that were put in your back. Again, it's a new dawn, a new day, a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. And that had to be really, really scary, right? Be very scary. Now, with this Fool here and book ending the Page of Swords, that imagination card, okay, Swords, of course, is air energy. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. If you're taking a new leap of faith into something creative, especially with the Magician down here and what Spirit wants us to know, then that is going to, of course, help you on your journey. You're looking, it's kind of like the opportunity is to leap away. The near future energy is the end, dead end. That's the last sword in your back, right? And then in the outcome energy is awaiting, is a seven pentacles, is an evaluation. Those crops are not yet ripe to pick to take to market. And it is is the juice worth the squeeze? Is there anything that is there anything more that I could do? Is this plant ever going to grow? Or do I just need to call a spade and walk away? Okay. Now, interestingly, in the both bottom left corners, which are the blocks, sorry, I keep jumping around at nighttime. ADHD gets a little complicated. I don't even know what that is. I never even used that. So King of Swords as the block means there was some truth that we were not facing, right? This could also be Aquarian energy. King of Swords, again, is the kings are fixed. Air sign for the fixed air sign would be Aquarius. This king is full of knowledge and is an easy communicator. There's a crow there. There's also a bat in the background, which means that there's a sixth sense, or you can see things even in the dark, right? You just know when he sees the truth, he knows the truth, he goes after his truth. You could have had communication of this. You could have had a sixth sense. Okay. You could have flat out known it, but we didn't want to know it. And that's completely normal. That could have been a block here. They could have been lying, like in the song. Oh, yeah, everything's fine. Looking in the face, telling you everything's fine, when all the while they're lying, they're flipping face off. Five of Swords is manipulation. This is what Spirit wants us to know here. So someone that was making promises, yeah, we're gonna give here, we're gonna I'm gonna, give as much as you're gonna give, but the situation is being called and asking you to walk away from it. Okay, so that you can find your empowerment and you can get what it is that you've already wished for. Now, the star already coming out in the opportunity can imply that, well, it does imply the tower's already happened, okay, because this comes after the tower. So this person, this Eight of Cups, whatever you're walking away from, whether it's a situation or whether it's lies, deceit about love, because there are cups right above them, okay? That Five of Swords is manipulation. Okay, that can be flat out lies. It can be lying by omission. Five of Swords can be us trying to talk ourselves out of walking away, right? Am I really seeing what I'm seeing? I know that I feel that this happened and I saw that this happened, and someone else even might have told you that this has happened, but we might not let our mind allow us to believe that. Yeah, this information is a third energy here, especially up next to that Three of Cups now, how I have this laid here on the mirroring energy. What Spirit wants you to know is the Magician, another one there. That's Gemini energy. This is, see that scape, it's there, the energy, and then on her head as well. This is learning how to properly manifest. If you're holding back the card, book ending this, we're holding back on our own emotion, right? Because being in this fear energy of, like second guessing everything, like just, I wish a bish would kind of energy. That F's with your manifestation, right? It blocks your ability to hear your higher self. And then fear just takes right over. It's commandeered, right? Your intuition is completely commandeered. This fear card reminds us that I realize I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. So when you're resolving to live in the energy of love, that means loving yourself first. Okay, guys? I know it's hard. It is. We've all been there. Some of us more times than we care to count. Now, in this mirrored person, so either this is in your environment and this is you not wanting to see the truth, okay, and this is what's happening around you, or since soulmates are mirrors to each other, so that we can show us our triggers and work on those shadow aspects of our psyche to heal ourselves and evolve and become better spiritual beings. This could also be that other whole person's spread too. So keep that in mind. Now, the King of Wands upright takes action. I see it, I want it, it's mine. Very fiery, very passionate. Um, you know, a guy in this card's hot AF. So who's going to say no to that? I mean, I can see why we're belly aching because, yeah, they're hot. There's also a gecko on his shirt, which is adaptability. It can also be changeability, though. Like I'm changing my words, or I'm just telling you what you want to hear. Okay, manipulation again is also, I know information that I am not sharing with you. Guess what? In a court of law, that's still lying. That's lying by omission. You know something that you're claiming not to know, or you're withholding information because you're manipulating that other person. Okay. It's also a bit of narcissistic energy, because if you're withholding information from someone that they need to know, especially if it's a partnership, then that means you just don't want to hear it. Right? You don't want to hear them bitch or gripe or complain that, oh, well, why in the heck would you be mad that I made a decision for both of us that completely affects you? That's a narcissist. Now, in the outcome of this hope, this wish that is coming to you after this tower, here's you putting up your boundaries, not letting anyone in. You are staying in your meditative state. You are saying, nobody's sneaking into my energy and ruining my fishbowl. Okay. When you let somebody else into your physical space, you're alchemizing your energy with theirs. If your fishbowl's nice and clean and you got some, got a new castle in there, everything's all nice, and they come over with their little poo bowl, and then now your water's half poo. Their water didn't get half clean, their life got a lot easier. Yours got worse. That's not balance. That's not this. You deserve this. You're walking away from this. Nice. To have this, you are spinning that wheel of fortune. Okay. Because you got your own damn everything. You don't need anyone. You want partnership. And for whatever reason, that just wasn't happening here for whoever this story is for today. Okay. If it's not yours, please don't make it fit. There might only be one little piece, I say. And, if it helps just one person, I'm cool with that. Now, again, the King of Wands in an upside down position is the King of Assholes. So, well, that has a tight race with the King of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords in reverse is more a like an emotional lunatic. King of Wands in reverse is all ego. This is, look at me. I just want to be seen. I'm trying to get the attention. Okay. They might have ran and tried to go towards a younger page if this is the mirror of the other person for you. And again, this is all about having boundaries here or repeating the same mistakes over and over again, even though they might have been holding back from you. Again, holding back. Magician in a reverse position is also manipulation. This is someone working their spell, right? Using their charm, um, using their womanly ways, what have you, if it's the situation's reversed, um, to spin yarn, to spin a web of lies, right? Again, manipulation. That's interesting. They're in both positions on the mirrored images. This could have been somebody that took a leap of faith with this younger page. It's like someone around 25 years old or so, knights, maybe 35, went rushing after this because they're all in their ego. Could have been, if this is your energy of the environment, you are still in this state of not trusting, right? Look at her face. I should be sure. And when you're doing that and we're holding back, we're not using our fullest potential of gifts. So potentially reading for a lot of people here. So I'm just trying to kind of go through the context of what the different stories could be. Now, walking away from the 10 swords in your back, taking a leap of faith and going, I'm planting a new pentacle. And my crops last year, I learned this, this, and this. I didn't put them in early enough. I overwatered them, or the weather was bad, right? This is a whole new crop. Or simply, this could be near future energy walking away from the BS, waiting for something new to grow, taking that leap of faith and going, you know what? I don't know what's under there, underneath that earth, but it sure as hell is better than this business. And if you are familiar with the traditional card in the Rider-Waite deck, then it's that figure flat on his back with the 10 swords in his back. And that is definitely betrayal energy. Okay. And that's scary to walk away even from that sometimes, because like the story here, it's so unbelievable. And she said, I can't believe I stayed as long as I stayed. Right. And we've all been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I don't know a lot of people that haven't, but I'm old. So now, um, for my own personal cards yesterday for Sunday yoga, I took us in our meditation into the star chakra to connect us to guides and ancestors known and unknown for any messages meant for our best and highest good. That is a fuchsia energy. So in my own cards for the present moment, they all three had this strand of pink and hot pink going on in there. It was crazy. So today I was like, what is all that pink about? Because I'm documenting them in my journal. And I was like, oh, this was one of my first Oracle decks. And yeah, thank you, Spirit. And I haven't picked it up in a while. I was like, okay, I'll get it out. On the split, people. On the split. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, there's that Ace of Swords. And here's this new portal doorway, that Pluto energy. So the split, that sword was on the left, and it looks like there's like Roman cathedrals behind, but in my mind's eye, I saw like pictures on a shelf. This says, warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? And then Age of Aquarius, birthing a new age much? Birthing a new age, all surrounded by, so like sacred space to worship within. It says birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And again, that's with imagination coming out on that right hand side. during the read, taking that leap of faith and, going, I want to create something totally new. I need to manifest from a healthy and healed place. I am standing my ground. I'm taking the high road. Okay. And I am hanging on for my wish because I know it's coming for me. And indeed it is. All right. I just want to read you these two cards if you're interested. This guilt energy is pinging clear over here for me. So she's got on an orange shirt. Okay. And then here she has this yellow and orange skirt walking away. And this says, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So it could have been that you just, maybe you forgave and said, okay, if it never happens again, we're cool. But that's just not how it turned out, because anybody that is purposely doing this, especially when they're not sorry that they did that or won't take accountability for that, it doesn't assist your soul's growth, and you know it. Maybe you felt guilty about, oh, I can't leave. I've got family. We've got kids. We've got these responsibilities, right? Kids want to see their parents happy, guys. They're probably going, Jesus Christ, please, when is it, when are you going to go? Like, right? I love myself and I see myself in everyone. It's understanding that this profound discovery, this relationship dynamic. Oh, yes, even though this freaking sucked things that were not pleasant and put us in this state, this physical abandonment and emotional abandonment, right? Excuse me, that was Five of Cups. And emotional abandonment, so they could go party. This can be getting together, a reunion, having a good time with friends. But again, next to the Five of Cups and then this Page of Swords, since there was a regression here, it does feel like that was either they're younger than you and don't know much. They just are very impulsive, act on impulse. King of Wands definitely can be very impulsive also, especially if their ego is bruised or puffed up, then they have something to prove, right? I'm a man. I gotta prove my manhood. I don't know why I said it like that. All right, warrior woman. Let's see. And again, you do not have to be a woman. Souls are not gendered, guys. We only get gendered once we choose a meat sack, and it's different every time. We've all been both. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? You are here for a reason. You're being called to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living a heart and soul led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Living a heart and soul led life require courage to triumph over fear. And heart and soul. We talked about the midpoint, the sun moon midpoint, where your mind aligns with your heart is your soul. Interesting. Okay. So often our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts. And the more resistance we have toward answering a call, the more important it is to our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. I'd say if you're showing them your backside, shaking what your mama gave you, I sure hope so after that foolishness. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. Joan of Arc was known for her courage and her famous line, I'm not afraid. I was born to do this. I want you to say that. I am not afraid and I was born to do this. But the thing about courage is that it is not possible without fear. So, like the strength card, right, of the major arcana, where old school, the Empress is taming the beast, okay? And in this deck, the fear card, she's half lion, half woman. So that's taming your own beast within. In order to get the strength card, denotes that there was something to be afraid of, to have fear for in the first place. Okay. Also, that's Leo energy there. Could have happened in the summertime, or kind of snowball started running down the hill. But one thing about courage, that it's not possible without fear. So if you are feeling afraid, what is needed is courage. And courage comes from living from the heart. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And I see myself in everyone, and I love myself. Think of your fears as opportunities to expand rather than things that are holding you hostage. I love it when MJ says fucking growth experiences. If you look at your fears in this light, then as uncomfortable as it might feel, it's actually a sign that you are on the right track. And your journal inquiry to work your light, it could be, have you answered your deepest calling? This is what this does, guys. It tears us down for us to wake up and go, oh, I'm actually an awakened soul. I see the whole world in a completely new lens now, completely differently. I understand I need boundaries to protect myself from people that will just tell me what they want to tell me because it's easier for them, and it keeps them with what they want, which is to have their cake and eat it too. Because if they're lying and manipulating, that means they want to do what they want to do. Doesn't matter. Also, one of the lyrics from the album, I forget which song, but it was about like, us means really what you want to do. It's a great album. I'm obsessed. Okay, birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Again, very, very, very Aquarian energy then. There, the age of Aquarius is all about inventions, especially anything advancement in medicines, anything that is going to be for the greater good of the collective, where we can expand out rather than where Pluto just came out of since 2008, is that very patriarchal. Just a few are making the stacks, and that middle class gets wider and wider and wider until there is none, right? Because the greedy are only thinking of themselves, because they don't get that, oh, by contributing taxes, we are taking care of everyone. Yeah, we should, because you are them. They are you. You can't have it both ways. You can't have, oh, I don't want to pay for I think this should be illegal and we should take away women's rights. And then in the same breath say, no, I don't want to support women's services, children's services, and they want to defund it. It doesn't work like that. The patriarch does. They want what they want when they want it. All right. Spiel over. Okay. Birthing a new age. Oh, I turn right to it. Do you understand? I've never literally even asked her anything. Often our path is exactly the one that we don't feel prepared to walk. Walk it anyway. Often what is rising feels bigger than we can possibly hold. Be a container for it anyway. Often our creations seem to have a wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that most intimidates us. Be courageous. So that's 3 cards now of courage and facing fears. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that most intimidates us. Be courageous and do it anyway. We are birthing a new age. Yes, we is. Right now, we're in a transition period between ages. It is the process of allowing the old cycle to fall away and the new one to rise. Like driving in the fog and trusting the road will appear ahead, we need to release old identities and ways that no longer serve us, using our intuition as a compass. You are part of a group of souls who has been incarnating at significant periods of history, preparing for exactly this time. Guys, there are so many people waking up that don't even know what that means yet. And it's scary. They're scared to, it's because it's scary. It's fearful, but the whole lesson is look at me gaining this courage and taking those steps. The road appears. You're part of a group of souls who have been incarnating at significant periods, dreaming a new world into being. Magdalene sisters, daughters of Isis, ascendees, priestesses, witches, mystics, healers, seers, artists, midwives, visionaries, guardians of the earth, and storytellers from times past. It is time to give permission and space for what is beckoning within to be born. We are dreaming a new world into being. Okay. Work your light activation. So it tells us we can hold the card on our heart. Oh, and right answer that is answer the call. Right under that. What's your soul calling you to do? Okay, focus. I am open to surrendering to the creations that are wanting to be birthed through me. May I be of service in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. Please use me. Please lead me. Please show me the way. Wow, guys, go watch that song. Go watch that song. Geez, look at my face. This happens. So you saw when I started, when I channel or when I'm getting some good hits, my body heats up like a little furnace and I run cold. Toes and my fingers are always cold and my nose. All right. A card for, oh, there we go. Okay. I love it. That's why I love. So my ascendant is Leo. My descendant is Aquarius. Those are my peoples. Those are Leo's peoples. We get each other. What one has, the other doesn't. It's the strengths and weaknesses of both. And it's fun because, I used to joke about Aquarians being weirdos. Yeah, be proud of it. That's an amazing thing. Look at that light bulb and all these light bulbs. That be you if this is your environmental energy here, learning something new, going beyond normal. And it's a 14 card, which is a 5. It looks like there's this like work in the cogs. There's that Mary Magdalene energy there that we saw in the card. Now you can look these up online. They're all over the place as PDFs if you would like to listen, if you would like to read that on your own. Now, also interesting is there is a clock right in the center of her forehead, that third eye. And I'm trying to see if I can see the time, but there's 2 hands that are exactly the same length with like with a smaller one. And it looks like it's about 2:05 and almost all the way around for the seconds. You tell me. Almost there, like almost to the 12. Okay. Anyway. All right. If you'd like to listen, oh, there we go. I was looking for that card. 14. If not, I understand if you need to go and you can look it up on your own when you have a second. But for those of you who are cooking or have a second or just listening for the fun of it, on the path of life, there are deciding moments where we can choose to go with the mainstream, or we can dare to take a bolder, more authentic and trusting way, even if it seems riskier or less safe. See how it's all coming together? To rely solely on logic and science without incorporating the mysterious and magical is a recipe for an existence that is far too dry. The sacred rebel within our hearts will always choose a juicier approach to life. Hell yeah. You're currently approaching such a choice point. You could say that the choice is about balance, about balance. Look at her walking across from one side precariously to the other. Two cups there, balance of energy there in the middle. That's what this whole reading is about. Something that is equally yoked to you. Otherwise, guess who's always going to lose? Don't be a martyr. Do not feel guilty about doing what you need to do for your best and highest good. Not even a hot second, okay? It is less about choosing to honor either art or science, gardening or architecture, and more about integrating all approaches so that you enhance rather than hinder your life journey. Also, a good question to ask. Are they enhancing your life or are they slowing you down like a barnacle on the bottom of your boat? Placing science, we just read that. Steadfastly relying on logic, proof, and a complete set of plans to measure and dictate outcomes will suffocate the soul. Basing decisions on limited factors with an unbalanced measure of success is unnecessarily limiting. This approach prevents us from living freely, spontaneously, and with trust so that we can rebel against the need for things to go strictly according to plan. This is a complete 180 of Pluto, like I was saying, from Capricorn. This approach prevents us from living freely, spontaneously, and with trust so that we can rebel against the need for things to go strictly according to plan. Let go of expectation. Choose to value decisions based on passion and instinct and trust in life enough to embrace it as an adventure and let it unfold. And it will. This is a time and place for logic, strategy, planning, and measurable outcomes. These are not bad tools to have, but we must be vigilant not to worship them or allow them to quash our less rational but equally valuable decision-making tools. Intuition, feelings, those things you know without knowing how you know them. Didn't I say that in the channeled message? You just know it. The flowing inspirational energy of the heart may have no conceivable basis in logic or reason and still be uncannily accurate. To remain rebellious, we must not sacrifice the art of emotion, instinct, passion, and intuition for the science of logic and strict planning. On the other hand, gardening and art do provide us with a plan, albeit more loosely held. This plan still requires us to set aside time to draw upon reliable methods and to prepare with certain tools. It's time to plant different seeds or try new approaches to the seeds that you know are beautiful to you and that you want. There's also likely a dose of organic flow, responsiveness, and trust in the creative process of bringing something to life. This leads to the cultivation of the most beautiful, abundant, and successful garden and the most vivid healing art. You're healing this pain, guys, and that brings actual balanced love, okay? It's not for naught. You're being asked to stay open to the intuitive approach in your life, your work, your creativity, as well as in your spiritual journey. The intuitive approach can be listened to the method of a gardener or an art, can be likened, pardon me, to the method of a gardener or an artist. There is a sense of what might work where and a loose or even a detailed plan, but how the plan is carried out will depend on and respond to the flow of its surroundings. There's no need to control the situation, but rather a desire to nurture an idea to fruition, an idea, Page of Swords. You already started running after it in the environmental energy. If this is your environmental side and you're not looking at this as a mirror of the other person. This leads to the cultivation of the most beautiful, abundant, and successful garden, and the most vivid healing art. You're being asked to stay open to the intuitive approach in your life, your work, creativity, as well as your spiritual journey. Sorry. No need to control the situation, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, we already read that. You may have pressures around you from the world or from your own conditioned nature. Yes. To do things according to the rules, to the deadline, or to the accepted mainstream view that you need a well thought out plan for success in a commercial venture. However, sometimes the best plan is to do what feels intuitively truthful in the moment and to just trust that you are being led towards your own growth. Do not lose hope. Adopting this approach means you have to do far less planning and far more living. It is just a pure and heart-centered way to manifest your art, your life path, and your essence into practical expression in the world. Manifestation with that magician card. It involves a willingness to be led by nature instead of trying to control the powerful force of life, which is a bit like trying to fit the proverbial ocean in a teacup. It is far more intelligent to allow the ocean to be the ocean and to learn to swim in it rather than trying to cram it into a vessel that is much too small. This oracle brings you a special piece of guidance. You are moving outside of the plan. You are living on the border of what is socially accepted. This is good. This is a fringe dwelling freedom. Others might not see this about you straight away, as you seem pretty normal, but that secret eccentric streak is just waiting to show itself. But that secret eccentric streak is just waiting to show itself. It's underneath the earth. It hasn't been unearthed yet. Maybe you're an out and proud fringe dweller, completely comfortable with this way of being. Either way, this oracle brings you the message that you now have a chance to live from the heart more deeply and expressively than ever before. It wants you to realize that this is a legitimate, empowered, and creative way to live that honors all of us, it honors all of who you are. I cannot read to that. You can give up forcing or squashing yourself down into a very limited set of so-called desirable qualities like intellect and control. If you are yet to relate to this consciously, this oracle brings you the further message that you are going to be breaking with tradition. Perhaps not entirely, but at least in a way that is meaningful to you. This will require you to have the courage in your convictions and faith in your heart truths. This will help you and inspire others around you to step out of fear and live more freely and lovingly. You are not necessarily meant to abandon logic and intellect altogether. You are to use them to serve the desires of the heart rather than to replace its naturally spontaneous and truthful nature with controlled planning and narrow strategy. It's time to get a bit wild and let nature take its course. So that's exactly what I was saying before we even pulled card, guys. It's that meeting of the moon degrees and the sun degrees. That is your midpoint. Okay. That is your soul. It can also show you in your chart who is a good fit for you, right? Because that's the combination of your heart and soul. There is a healing process on this. Again, these are all online. That is card number 14, going beyond normal. I was hoping it was going to tell me the time. It looks like I said, like 2:05, and then not quite. It's definitely not up to the 12, but it's not on 55 either. So maybe like 4 minutes. What would that be? 4 minutes plus 2:05, 5, 6, and 6 and 5 are 11. Pretty cool. Oh my God. After the storm, I said the towers already happened. That's a damn one. Holy cow. That's such a cool flipping card. I have not seen that card. Probably it's been years since that card's come out for anyone. After the storm. What's this nugget? What you carrying? What you carrying, tribe? You're birthing a new age. You've got, look at that big old sun, something totally new. And it's an owl of wisdom. You are no longer, if this was your energy, you're no longer in denial that you see that owl sitting right in front of your flipping face. Is that big enough for you to know that you already know you got this? And it's a white owl. So for me, that's like this return to start. And again, it's a one. So fresh start at something new. We got that Ace of Swords energy. Birthing in a new age. Answer the call, guys. Lots of purple energy here around with the moon cards and our oracles. So I hope this message finds you well. And at the very least, we learned a little bit something new today. Maybe felt a little bit more relief in our own decision making. Okay. I always take pictures of the spread. Please use the email below to reach out if you would like a copy of the entire spread. Also, if you'd like a handmade birth chart created by me, or if you'd like to purchase a reading through Soulful Revolutions site, that is also linked down below. And I will see you next time.